5 young men drove into the cold mountains of California one February night. None of them were ever seen alive again. But what was found weeks later made no sense to anyone, not even the FBI. They called themselves the Boys. 5 friends from Yuba City: Gary, Ted, Bill, Jack, and Jackie. They all had mild intellectual disabilities, but they were happy souls, loved basketball, laughter, and helping anyone in need. That February, they were excited about a game, at a night they'd never come back from. That night, they drove 50 miles to Chico to watch their favorite team play. After the game, they stopped for snacks, laughing, singing, talking about their next match. It was the last time anyone saw them alive. Hours later, their car would be found far away on a mountain road none of them were supposed to be on. The next morning, a forest ranger found their car abandoned on a snowy road deep in the Plumas National Forest. The keys were gone, but the car wasn't stuck. The gas tank was a quarter full. It looked as if someone had parked it carefully and vanished into thin air. When police searched the car, everything was inside: maps, snacks, folded programs from the basketball game. The doors were unlocked. The men's warm jackets were missing, even though the mountain temperature had dropped below freezing. Their families couldn't understand. Why would they go up there at all? Days turned into weeks. Helicopters swept the mountains. Volunteers scoured frozen trails. Yet there were no footprints, no tire marks leading away from the car. It was as if the snow had swallowed the men whole. By March, the snow began to melt. Rangers hoped the thaw would reveal something. But what they found on June 4th would raise more questions than answers. 19 miles from the car, deep in the forest, stood a Forest Service trailer. Inside lay Ted Weir's body. He had starved and frozen to death. The shelves were full of food, blankets, and matches, but none had been used. Soon after, searchers found 3 more bodies along the road between the car and the cabin, each one lying as if they'd collapsed while trying to reach help. Only Gary Mathias was never found. His shoes were inside the trailer, but he was gone. Why drive up a frozen mountain at night without jackets? Why walk nearly 20 miles through snow to a cabin stocked with supplies and never open a single can? No one could explain it. Some said they were chased. Others believed they panicked. And then, there were those who thought something far stranger happened in those woods. Inside the cabin, investigators found Gary's neatly folded sheets, a watch that didn't belong to any of them, and hundreds of cans of food, untouched. The window was broken from inside, as if someone had tried to escape. But from what? A man named Joseph Shones had told. That same night, he said, his car got stuck near the same road. Around midnight, he saw 5 men walking by, their flashlights flickering through the fog. When he called out, the lights went off and the forest fell silent. Some believe the men took a wrong turn and panicked when they got lost. Others think Gary, who had schizophrenia, led them into the woods in confusion. But investigators never found any proof of that. Locals whispered darker theories, government experiments, cult activity, or something inhuman in those woods. But the truth froze with them that night. Gary's shoes found in the trailer suggested he had been there, but only his shoes. His body was never found. Some say he made it out and vanished into the mountains forever. Others think he never left the forest at all. 40 years later, the case remains unsolved. Families still visit the mountain every February, leaving flowers by the trees. And sometimes, hikers say, when the wind blows, they can still hear voices calling from the snow.